Please welcome James Barr. Thank you. Was that fun? So fun, so fun, so good. Every woman's dream, it really is. To be the hero of your own story is every woman's dream. Yes, beat the crap out of a van with crap out of very specific. Yes. So, but before we get to the show, we want to say congratulations to you because your company Once Upon a Farm just went public. That's a big deal. That's great. So good. That's really good. Can you believe it? I know I can't believe it. Yeah. Last time you were here, we were like talking about chickens and now like, yeah, I know. Public. The great thing about it, the team has been together for a long time. John Forker, the CEO, and I joined Cassandra Curtis, who is the OG, and Ari Roz like 8.5 years ago. She started it in her kitchen. And it's a mission-driven company. We've given away over 1 million meals to kids in underserved rural America. So, it's really a company with a lot of heart. And we're so proud of we're just really proud. It's a special time. It's a lot of work. Well, now we have to talk about this show because Sarah knows I love it. I love that you loved it. Thank you, Sonny. I watched the first season. Couldn't wait for the second season. It actually picks up right where the first season left off, which is important. So your character's husband, Owen, yes, shows up 5 years after he disappeared. Okay, that's ridiculous. He triggers a series of events that force Hannah and her stepdaughter Bailey to go on the run. So what can you, no spoilers, but what can you tell our viewers about it? Well, in the 5 years between where Owen has been gone, played by Nikolai Coster-Wildau. So wonderful. Yeah. You know him from Game of Thrones, from all kinds of things. In those 5 years, Hannah has gotten ready and she wanted Bailey to go ahead and go to college and have her young adulthood. And meanwhile, she has taken care of every possible scenario. And you get to watch as danger befalls them. You get to watch these plans fall into place one after the other. They call it competency porn. Yes. You talked about it here. Yes. It's like The Pit or watching people who are really excellent at their job. It's something that gives us and the first season Hannah was a little bit figuring it out as she went. This season, she's like, okay, here I go. Execute, 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 and it's really, really satisfying. Heart race a lot, yes, and Laura Dave's sequel was an instant bestseller. Her first book was sold 5 million copies. This was an instant bestseller. People are so thrilled with the book and adaptation. And so we were having a lot of fun selling it because it's a great show. It's good. Good. Yeah, it's a kecky one. Well, as you mentioned, the series is based on author Laura Dave's New York Times bestseller, The Last Thing He Told Me. If you haven't read these books, it's a great book. Great. Season 2 is based on the sequel, You Fly Through. Yeah, you fly through it, I see Laura Dave. And then the sequel is called The First Time I Saw Him. We have Laura in the audience today. So Laura, I love your books. I love your books. Oh, thank you. I write a little bit too. But what I found fascinating is I learned that while you are writing, you have this technique where you listen to the same song over and over again while you're writing. Yes. So please tell us about that. And what songs were on repeat with these 2 books? Because when I write, I have to have complete silence. My husband has to go away. My kids have to go away. The dogs have to go away. Tell us. I'm with you with everyone away. But yes, it's the same song on repeat. So for The Last Thing He Told Me, which I wrote over the course of 10 years on and off, it was a song by Bruce Springsteen and the East Street Band, a live version of the song, If I Should Fall Behind. Why that one? I saw that one that's everyone sang it. It was at Madison Square Garden that they sang it and each person in the band sang a verse. So, it felt like the anthem to me of Hannah and Owen's love story. So I imagine them dancing to that song on their wedding night after everyone went home. And then you picked a second one for the next book. Yes, I know that one. Yes, which one is that? Cardigan by Taylor Swift. Oh, really? Wow. 'Cause it's about an old discarded cardigan that's under a bed but that when you put on it feels like home. Yes. Oh, I love that, which is like a love that can't be destroyed. Yes, Second Chance. And Hannah Hall, because she's infused with this wonderful actress here, is always that grown-up in the room. And that last verse is like her siren call that she knows more than anyone else about who this man is and how to find her way back to him. Oh, I love it. Well, another thing we get in this, which I love, are fight scenes. So for people that are Alias fans from 25 years ago, you are badass when you're fighting. But what I also hear you nice most of the time. Even the nice ones have it in them. Yeah, but I heard you become a bit of a method actor. Oh, yes, okay. So it turns out the first day of work was this fight, and I show up, and the guy that I'm fighting is this amazing stunt man. Oh, yep. Salah, oh yeah, his name is Salah, and the last time I fought him was in a movie called The Kingdom. So you had fought him before. We have fought and fought before, and in that movie, Pete Berg was the director. And Pete said, Salah, I want it to be so real that I want you to actually go after her. And he said, Jen, do whatever you need to do to survive. So I did not want to be hit. Yeah. So I scrambled up on his back, and we really went for it that day. I scrambled up on his back and I bit his ear. Wow, hard like Mike Tyson. I know, did you bite? The next time they call, they're going to be like, not this one, I'm not doing this again, I only got 2 years. So then he showed up in the crew because I knew him. He knew me. And I was like, let's go for it, don't worry about me. We got this. And so the first take he is like slinging me around in my legs. I remember he was holding me up and my legs were kind of swinging under me and the camera operators behind the camera, and he went and I was like, it's okay, it's okay. Was there blood? But there was no blood. No, just for the ear removal. But speaking of Alias, I know that there was a bump in applications in the CIA following the show called The Sydney Effect, which was named for your character Sydney Bristow. Is that true? It really is. And the way I learned about it, Ben did Argo, and he was invited to speak at the CIA. Ben a folk to for Argo, and I went with him. And when they introduced him, and everyone flipped out 'cause he's Ben, and that movie was so incredible. And then I walked in kind of quietly to take my seat, and the place, it was so fun. It was so satisfying, lady. The place was like, and the head of the CIA he didn't know who I was. He didn't know what Alias was. And he was like, what is this about? Wow. And then they invited me back to speak. And they said, everyone, there's like a band of young women. And they said, everyone who's part of the Sydney Effect, stand up. And it was the most gratifying thing. Think of all these people who went on to serve their country because of what J.J. Abrams created. But the power of your delivery too, because it's the power of storytelling that brings people up off the couch to go. It's a lot of people. So that's the writer job. Yes, the writer's job. Yeah. So this season of The Last Thing You Told Me You reunites you with your 13 going on 30 co-star and real-life bestie Judy Greer. So I heard that you and she would get into trouble a lot on the set. Tell us. Well, from time to time, Judy's really funny and it's not my fault. And she would pinch me. Not really, but we would get the giggles, and then, but when things got serious, we kind of went to our own corners. And she's such a formidable actress. Everyone on set stands up straighter. Everyone is like, oh my gosh, Judy is here. 'Cause she's really beloved in our industry. And you were in Paris then. That must have been Paris. Wow. We had like a girls' day out in Paris. We Eiffel Tower right there. Everywhere we shot was incredible, but we did have a fun. What a boring life you have. I know. Our thanks to Jennifer Garner and Laura Dave. The second season of The Last Thing He Told Me premieres today on Apple TV, with new episodes every Friday. And members of our studio audience are going home with copies of both The Last Thing He Told Me and the